Welcome, everyone, inside the Bradley Center. Tonight, Central Michigan might be an unwelcome guest here in Milwaukee. The Marquette Golden Eagles are a bit ornery after losing their first game and falling out of the top 25. Thrilled to have you along for the ride on a Tuesday evening with my partner, David Kaplan. My name is Eric Collins. And, folks, Marquette, they lost for the first time this year. They're now 5-1. On Saturday, they lost against Dayton. And for the first time all year, Buzz Williams has to coach his team after a loss.
Well, you and I spent some time with him before the game, and he said, look, we didn't just lose. We got beat. They really handed it to Marquette. And they've got a veteran group of players, Dominique James and McNeil and Hayward and Matthews. These guys will be ready tonight.
And one of those guys you just mentioned, Wesley Matthews, he has been fantastic. Scored 28 points just a couple of nights ago against Dayton.
Well, he can score in a variety of ways. He's one of the most improved players that I've seen in all of college basketball. He can step out and knock down the jump shot. He rebounds very well. He's a big-time player.
Yeah, you look at those numbers. He's averaging 22 points a night. That is tops among all Big East players, and that's saying something. Well, tonight, in town, the Chippewas of Central Michigan, their big star is their big guy, Chris Kellerman.
Well, when he came to Central Michigan, he was trying to fill the shoes of Chris Kaman, who's now playing in the NBA. This is a young man who's got to stay out of foul trouble tonight, but that big, strong frame down in the low block could cause Marquette some problems.
All right, the Marquette Golden Eagles trying to get back on the beam after their loss on Saturday against Dayton. When we come back, we'll tip it off. It's Central Michigan and Marquette next.
Hey, how'd you learn to do that?
Come on, what's your secret?
Would you take lessons? You got your own pro?
Yep, we got a bunch of them.
What do you mean you got a bunch of them?
Here, order your own.
Get 12 months of Golf Digest with easy-to-follow tips and techniques for just $14.97. Order today and receive this DVD absolutely free.
Call now to order Golf Digest, 800-543-6200. That's 800-543-6200.
Wisconsin is home to 1,900 Time Warner Cable employees. They voted Time Warner Cable a best place to work 2 years in a row, in part due to Time Warner Cable's commitment to making a difference in Wisconsin and in the 205 communities we serve. Time Warner Cable's economic investment in the state and support for hundreds of Wisconsin organizations each year help make our communities stronger and healthier. We do it because Wisconsin is our home, and we truly care about our great state.
Time Warner Cable is good for Wisconsin.
Under the beautiful downtown area of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're at the Bradley Center for game number 7 on the season for the Marquette Golden Eagles. Today they welcome from the Mid-American Conference, the Chippewas of Central Michigan. Take a look at the starting lineups. Robbie Harmon runs the point for Central Michigan. He had a career 17-point game against UIC on Saturday. Weary, Allen, Hardiman, and the big fellow we talked about, Chris Kellerman, round out the starting lineup. It's 3. Matthews in the backcourt. Center is Dwight Burke, and Lazar Hayward rounds out the 5. And Cap, who's in your star watch?
Well, Jeremy Allen's got to step up and score big time tonight because Marquette's firepower is very tough to match up with. And Dominique James, one of my favorite players to watch. He has really developed into much more of a pure point guard this year. This is a guy that's got to play well and run the show.
And in case you're wondering, these two programs have never met on a basketball floor before. Central Michigan, they have played a number of Big East teams, winning twice over the years, once against Georgetown and once against Notre Dame. This obviously would be a very big win for their program. Central Michigan with their road maroon on, while Marquette will tip it off wearing their home whites. There's our troika of officials, Curtis Shaw, Todd Williams, and Mike Roberts working the whistle. Tap is won by Central Michigan. That's Jeremy Allen with the basketball. Hands it over to Robbie Harmon.
This was bringing up my list of all-time Central greats. We'll go over it. Unbelievable, some of the names that have gone through this program.
Alley-oop, first points of the game are scored inside. Jacoby Hardiman, a Milwaukee kid, scores on the alley-oop from Robbie Harmon.
Well, for Marquette, they've got to get Dominique James going early. He's not looking to score as much. I said to me before the game, I just want to get everybody involved, get them touches. If I don't score, it's not a big deal. He is a very good player. They've also got to play with passion coming off a loss. You've got to really have a swagger, not let Central Michigan get going early.
First whistle of the game, foul is called on Chris Kellerman. That does not please Ernie Ziegler, now in his 3rd season with the Chippewas. He knows he needs Kellerman out there and not in foul trouble. That was the problem against UIC in their loss on Saturday.
Everybody's standing here at the Bradley Center until the first Marquette basket, and that will get them seated.
Wesley Matthews keeps on keeping on. His first bucket of the game, coming off a career-high 28 3 days ago against Dayton.
Nice job to get the ball into the paint. Good interior pass. For Central, control tempo. They cannot let Marquette completely dominate the way this game is played, and Harmon must be great. Not necessarily scoring. He cannot turn it over.
And he's trying to be aggressive early on. Scores on an alley-oop last time down the floor. This time, he is fouled on his way to the rack. And there is Buzz Williams. First season with Marquette after taking over for a Central Michigan alum in Tom Crean.
A man who put this game together because he wanted his alma mater to come play in Milwaukee. Tom Crean, who's not out in Indiana.
All right, this must feel good. Local boy, Jacoby Hardiman at the free throw line shooting a pair. Grew up in Milwaukee, went to Bradley Tech. Does struggle at the free throw line, comes up empty. And we're going to have a sub early in this game. David Kubiak comes in, replacing Dwight Burke. I think this is for a reason.
This is for a reason. They're going to try and turn up the pressure. And when I've seen Marquette this year, several times I've seen them, when they go to a smaller lineup, they make it very tough on the opponent because they get up the passing lanes and they really dictate how the game's going to be played.
So a little bit over a minute into the game, and already our first substitution, Dwight Burke on the bench. McNeil has his pass knocked away, picked up by James.
Kubion, a very good perimeter shooter.
Outside shot, McNeil. Misses wide of the mark, and a foul underneath. If this is against Kellerman, it's a second. Wow.
That's a huge, huge problem now for Central Michigan. He's the one horse they have inside, and we'll see if we can see where the foul happens. And you can see a little bit of a shove. And I think Wesley Matthews got shoved.
And Marquette takes advantage inside. Wesley Matthews, an early 4 points in this contest.
At practice today, Ernie Ziegler said one of the huge keys for us, Kellerman can't get in early foul trouble. Well, 2 fouls, we're not even 2 minutes in.
Long jump shot off the mark by Weary, and a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against Marquette this time.
I think Lazar Hayward's who they're going to get.
Cap, would you agree that those fouls called against Kellerman, they weren't egregious?
They weren't egregious, but when the officials watch those rebounding fouls, if they see anybody extend an arm, they're going to nail you.
Is there ever a case of a warning? Foul's a foul. All right, they get you. Oh, my. Weary going in. Comes up a little bit short, but picking up the mess and putting it in. Marcus Vann. Vann, his first points of the season.
Marcus Vann was suspended for a violation of team rules. This is his first game. Watch this. I mean, the paint just wide open. Nobody steps up and really challenges it, and then nobody boxes out. That was one of the worst defensive possessions Marquette has had all year long. That one will drive Buzz Williams crazy.
Wesley Matthews, with all 4 of Marquette's points, now has committed a foul. A little bit of an elbow working against Jacoby Hardiman, and it'll give the ball back over to Central Michigan.
Well, you got a veteran crew of officials led by Curtis Shaw, who's a Final Four official. And what we are seeing here very quickly, Eric, is they are going to take control of the game real quick.
Harmon has himself a deep 3 opportunity, a little bit shy. Ball ripped away by James.
Nice rebound.
Matthews lost the basketball on the way up. They've been trying to pass that one.
Yeah, I don't know what. It looked like he was trying to pass it.
Another easy 2 for Hardiman. He's got 5 early points.
When we get a moment, I want to tell you a stat about Harmon. An amazing stat from a year ago.
The point guard, Harmon. Kubion, bounce pass over to Dominique James on the wing. Kubion is snuffed inside, and they're going to call a foul on Marcus Vann.
Okay, Robbie Harmon, a year ago, through the first 17 games, he was shooting 27.6% from beyond the arc. So off with his shot that I had a coach in the league tell me this morning, we were game planning letting him shoot the shot. Take it. The last 14 games, he shoots 52% from the beyond the arc, 33 of 63, ends up having one of the better 3-point seasons in CMU history, and now he's one of their best threats at 17 the other night. Boy, is that shifting tides.
Well, you kind of got the sense that Robbie Harmon was a fighter. When you look at his background, he's a walk-on this program, has been awarded a scholarship 2 years ago, but he's had to earn his way aboard this club. He's got the ball up high.
And a local boy from up in northern Michigan.
Oh, good rip away by James. Strong hands for the point guard. That extra pass leads to the jumper by McNeil off the mark. Hayward, the offensive rebound, and he's wrapped up from behind.
We'll stay with Marquette.
They call it a jump ball. All right, so possession arrow stays with Marquette. No foul call. I know you had a good chance to talk with Ernie Ziegler earlier today.
I did. He's one of my favorite coaches that I've had a chance to spend time around.
Inside, McNeil misses the cheapie.
Ernie Ziegler has such varied experiences for this job.
Again, an easy trip to the bucket, converted by Jeremy Allen.
You know, I thought Marquette would really take the court with a sense of purpose after losing the other night. They look a little flat right now.
Kubion, jumper is good. Give him 3.
He's an excellent shooter. Now, they really struggle with bench scoring. They need some bench points.
Now, the numbers were staggering, Cap, their game against Dayton on Saturday. They were outscored on the bench 48-5. Jeremy Allen, 2 straight buckets.
And the 5 were in the last 2 possessions of the game when it was far, from being in doubt. Now, Ernie Ziegler coached in Saudi Arabia, in China. He's been an assistant at UCLA, worked with Ben Holland a ton, and now he's here at Central Michigan.
Another 3-pointer, this time Dominic James hits it. Just getting started here in Milwaukee. First time these 2 schools have ever met on the basketball floor. Tied at 12, 5 minutes into it. Jumper, Allen, a little bit short.
That was not a wise shot. Contested, and that's exactly what it ends up leading to, is a break at the other end. That shot not only was a bad decision, it was a bad decision not just from the shot perspective, but it lets Marquette go off to the races.
Marquette takes a 2-point lead on the layup by Hayward. This time Allen tries to feed the post and the pass knocked away. 3-on-1, and James finishes with the left hand.
That's what Michigan's got to take care of the basketball. There's an offensive foul.
Things falling apart for Central Michigan as a foul is going to be called on Antonio Weary. Ernie Ziegler needs a timeout. The senior Dominique James making it a 4-point lead for the Golden Eagles.
Don't pay another mortgage payment or maintenance fee on your timeshare. Turn it into cash. Call Timeshares Only.
We got rid of those maintenance fees.
Thanks, Timeshares Only, for making it so easy.
At Timeshares Only, you'll find properties from the biggest names in the industry. If you want to buy, sell, or rent, call now.
No more mortgage payments, no more maintenance fees.
Thanks, Timeshares Only.
Call Timeshares Only and get your free information kit with our insider secrets to buying, selling, and renting timeshares, plus receive a free $100 gift card. Our thousands of satisfied customers have made us the largest resale marketplace in the world. Call Timeshares Only now.
Your free information kit with our 10 secrets on selling your timeshare is waiting. The over $5 billion sold in the past 6 months proves now could be the best time to sell. Call Timeshares Only today. Thank us tomorrow.
Call Timeshares Only now and get your free information kit. Turn your timeshare into cash and never pay another mortgage payment, maintenance fee, or tax bill again. Don't wait. Call now.
Call 800-314-0762. That's 800-314-0762. Call 800-314-0762 now.
32 Weekly brings you all the latest information about your favorite local sports teams and players. Whether it's professional,
we know that now he's ready. He's ready to play.
High school,
Probably could be our best running back, one of our best receivers.
or college.
Our guys take a lot of pride in playing at home.
We'll bring you in-depth coverage from around the state. Sports 32 Weekly, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. on Channel 32.
Hey, look, a no-fee ATM. What's an ATM? Haven't a clue. Hey, that's me. Bye, George. There I am, me again.
It's uncanny, Andrew.
$20 shouldn't cost you $21.50.
Would it hurt you to smile?
That's why at Quick Trip, all our ATMs are no-fee ATM.
Trade you two of mine for one of yours. Deal. To the Powdered Wig Store.
Marquette off to a good start on top of Central Michigan, 16-12, and Capitals, let's go inside the play. What are you thinking about?
Great help side defense. Watch Lazar Hayward's going to come along the baseline, slide right in, pick off a lazy pass to the post, and boom, it's off to the races. There comes Hayward. McNeil and Matthews are down in there, and Hayward creates the turnover. Dominique James finishes at the rim.
Dominique James, one of 4 players in today's game with 5 points already. James and Kubian for Marquette. Allen and Hardiman for Central Michigan. But maybe the biggest number so far in today's game is 2. That's the amount of fouls called against Chris Kellerman in the first 70 seconds of the game. He's been on the bench ever since.
And that was the first thing Ernie Ziegler said to me today. If he gets into foul trouble, we've got problems.
Marquette, they've made 6 of their first 9 shots, including 2 of 2 from behind the arc. Hayward uses that good body, comes up short, hard on the rebound.
That was excellent defense. Real nice job to hold position, take the hit, and he missed the shot.
Allen, good feed inside to Hardiman. Local kids now got 7 points. James gets inside over to Hayward.
Real nice job. Dominique James scissors through the lane. Hayward does his job, catch it, and just finish it at the backboard.
Yeah, Cap, we were talking about how Buzz Williams wasn't happy with his bench being outscored so dramatically as they were against Dayton, but you really do just have 4 stars on this team and everyone else is just filling a spot.
Correct. You have 4 guys. Another 3-point basket for Allen. You're exactly right, Eric. 4 outstanding players and then 5 guys that have to play supporting roles.
McNeil leaves it for James. Reverse a little bit too strong. Van the rebound.
It's a tough shot to finish, moving away from the rim at 5'10" or whatever he is.
With a 40-inch vertical.
He does.
That's the great equalizer.
Ridiculous vertical.
Antonio Weary, sophomore from Los Angeles with the basketball, and we're going to have a foul called. It's going to go against Lawrence Bridges, who's just come off the bench for Central Michigan.
Ernie Ziegler has a son at home. His wife has a son, Trey, who's 17. He's a junior. Top 60, top 75 player in America. 6'5", and I asked Ernie, do you want to coach him? He said, well, of course I want to coach my kid, but he said, I have to play the role of father first. What is best for my son? Is it coming to play for me? Is it going somewhere else? He said, we'll make that decision as a family. He said, but of course, what an honor it would be to coach such a great talent and then have it be your son. Those are lasting memories.
It'd be nice to have a big-time recruit coming to Mount Pleasant, Michigan as well.
Big-time recruit. But it was interesting. We talked about the team, but when I brought up his son, he would have stayed there all day talking about it. So impressed on how hard he's working. He's really learned how hard you have to play. He's really fired up about his future.
Jimmy Butler is checked in for the first time for Marquette. Sophomore from Tomball, Texas. There he is with the basketball. And Butler will go to the free throw line as Marcus Van whacks him. Well, golf fans and club pros, registration for the 2009 ESPN National Golf Challenge is already underway for courses and teams in the gross, net, and new 55 and older senior division. For more information, log on to ESPNGolf.com.
No, I'm not in the senior division, before you say it. Every game
You're into the gross golf.
How about this?
Your game is awfully gross.
Listen to funny guy. Listen to some of these names that have played at Central Michigan. Chris Kamen, Ben Kelso, Ben Poquette, Dan Roundfield, Dan Marley. Here's some primetime players there.
I think you should have mentioned Dan Marley first. Offensive rebound by the smallest man on the floor. Dominic James got the extra possession for Marquette, and they can't cash in. So you mentioned Dan Marley way down on the list after you talked about Ben Poquette. Just crying. All right.
You were a big Ben Poquette fan.
Oh, he was playing that beard. Fan before the shot travels. Turnover, gives the ball back over to Marquette. Time to catch our breath. 11:31 remaining first half. Central Michigan down by just 2 against Buzz Williams' Marquette Golden Eagles.
I promise to play by the rules.
To play fair.
And act with integrity. I promise to always be there for my teammates.
To be loyal and true.
I promise to respect coaches and officials.
And treat opponents with the dignity they've earned.
I promise to work hard and always do my best.
And when the game is over, I promise to shake hands, win or lose.
I promise to do the right thing and make my parents proud.
At Barron's, we find investing opportunities that the crowd missed and give you investing ideas and insights that can help your portfolio grow. Subscribe now and you'll receive 8 weeks of Barron's plus Barron's Online with access to daily columns, market analysis, and tools like our Stock Screener and Market Lab, all for only $19.95. Call now, 800-334-6600. That's 800-334-6600 for Barron's.
The roundtable is technically not a contact sport, but we can mix it up pretty good at times.
Why not? They're not going to think quarterback.
Westphal wants to go and play in a corner. His arrogance continues to show, and he thinks that he is the franchise, not the Packers.
I feel a lot more confident with Brett the Rizzo Favre stuff. But Steve, that's completely unrealistic.
Watch the roundtable premiering weeknights at 5:30 on Time Warner Cable Sports 32.
The holidays are a special time. A time for enjoying the simple things, like coming home, spending time together, and honoring family traditions. Another holiday tradition is Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Since 1955, our family-owned company has provided hard-working Midwestern families with quality goods at honest, low prices. From our family to yours, happy holidays.
Central Michigan on the road against Marquette, trailing the Golden Eagles by 2, and cap the defense. So far, it's a work in progress for Central Michigan.
It has. It's one of the better defenders on the perimeter in the country, Jarrell McNeil. He looks bad there, gambling, and then I'll watch. He's not going to help. He's going to help. Doesn't get out quick enough and recover, and he gives up a triple. Now, the three-point strike is 1 foot farther this year. There is an example on that shot of where that foot came in and gave the offensive player a clean look. It was 1 foot farther. McNeil had to go.
So far, Central Michigan, they've made 7 of their first 11 shots. That's 63%. That is very good against a team that fashions itself as being one of the better teams in the Big East. Marquette's going to have to try and
step it up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now, you and I have talked before. I believe by moving the three-point line back, you will increase scoring. We just saw there a better look from 3, which he wouldn't have had if the three-point line was a foot closer. Plus, if you're going to double the post, you're going to give up more open looks. It should open up interior scoring.
Maurice Acker into the game for the first time, replacing Dominic James. This is Acker with the basketball. Acker has taken on Central Michigan before. After he began his career at Ball State, was the MAC Freshman of the Year in his 1 year playing Mid-American Conference basketball. McNeil gets inside and scores his first bucket of the game.
Well, once he got by the first wave of defenders, nobody there to help out.
Cap, I want to ask you about Buzz Williams and the Marquette defense. They're giving up close to 72 points a game, 241st in the entire country. How much of a concern is that for Buzz Williams?
You know, there was a team many years ago, UNLV, that I had more than one person tell me they played the best defense in the country, and they would always be in the 200 and something in points allowed because they scored so many. I mean, Marquette was averaging, I think through their first 3 or 4 games, 100 points a game. So when you're giving up that many, or scoring that many, you're going to give up large numbers that make that stat somewhat skewed.
Marquette averaging close to 90 points a game. They're at 89 as we speak. That's 6th best in the country. You can win a lot of bar bets with who's the top team in the country in terms of points per game.
I'll let you tell everybody.
You got that. Virginia Military Institute averaging 103 points a game.
Watch this pass. That's pretty good. Nobody's expecting that on an out-of-bounds play.
Cap, is that something that happens when you play with someone for 4 years?
No question. And it also happens when you're a senior guard and you have the confidence to do that. Because a youngster thinks, I'm going to take it out for a behind-the-back pass under the basket. Dominic James, he knows. He's secure in what type of player he is.
Lazar Hayward back into the game, going to the bench. Jimmy Butler and Wesley Matthews.
Now, we talked about some great Central Michigan alums basketball-wise. My favorite Central Michigan alum, got to be Dick Enberg, one of the great voices of our business. And George the Animal Steele, one of the great pro wrestlers of all time.
You're a big pro wrestling guy.
Love pro wrestling.
All right. Actually, if we're talking Central Michigan grads non-basketball playing division, we'd have to include Tom Crean in that bunch. Tom Crean did not play for the Chippewa basketball team.
That is correct.
One of the reasons why he was a head coach at such an early age, though, is he was involved with the program as an undergraduate. Ball poked away, and what are we going to have? We're going to have a foul going against. And that's Adrian Hunter on the loose ball, called for the personal foul, his second. Ernie Ziegler is not amused. That's the 19th foul and a couple of free throws in the offing for Jarrell McNeil. Lawrence Bridges back into the game for a second time. He replaces Chris Kellerman. I apologize, we're not going to have free throws. James, the hesitation dribble. Gets his man up in the air, feeds Kubian open three.
Yeah, that was a really good pass. That's a shot Kubian needs to knock that down.
For a great shooter like Kubian, is moving the arc back a foot. Any difference at all? Good block from behind made by Kubian. Maybe one of his best defensive plays in his 3 years here in Milwaukee.
Big-time defensive play. I was looking, I saw it was a little guy. I went, it's got to be Dominique James. That's Kubian. That is a big-time play. Great hustle.
Ball knocked off of Dominic James's leg. Getting back to that point, for a guy like Kubian, who is a phenomenal shooter, is that extra foot a difference?
I don't think so.
You think at the end of the year, shooting percentage would be about what it would be?
Maybe a hair different, but I don't think it's to guys that like that or McNeil who really knock down triples. I can't believe it's going to be that big a deal.
Shot is good off the wing. Jeremy Allen now with 10 points. Sophomore from Detroit. Last year he was on the all-freshman team in the MAC.
Central Michigan missing a guy that they counted on a lot, a 6'9" junior from Belgrade, Serbia, Marko Spica, who blew out his ACL in practice right at the start of the year. That was a big loss for them.
Another starter not in the mix right now is Jordan Blitzer. He's expected back in about January for Central Michigan, but he was a starter each of the last couple of years. First half action here in Milwaukee. Marquette trying to get off the schneid. Their last time out on Saturday against Dayton. They lost for the first time all season long. Dropped them out of the top 25. With David Kaplan, I'm Eric Collins. Marquette up by 3. 9:21 remaining here in the first half. Shooting has been pretty darn good for Central Michigan. The visitors from Mount Pleasant have made 8 of 13 shots from the field. Dwight Burke's going to get another chance replacing Wesley Matthews.
Both teams went through spirited practices today. And Bill Sharman, the former Laker coach many years ago, he's the guy that invented the shoot-around. And Wilt Chamberlain said to him when he heard about it, he said, "Coach, I come to the gym once a day. You pick when."
I always thought shoot-arounds was basically just to make sure the guys were up and awake.
Correct. But both teams went through, spirited practices.
Extra pass gets it over to Allen. And now Allen will back it up and hand it to his point guard, Robbie Harmon.
And you see McNeil this time, he was out on the shooter, the extra pass, he was ready to go.
Harmon gets inside, throws it up a little bit short. Good offensive rebound, Hardiman. This Hardiman kid is fighting.
Wow, is he battling inside.
7 points now for the pride of Bradley Tech. Local kid coming home, playing in front of some friends and family.
Think he's got a bounce in his step?
Good catch inside, Hayward loses the handle. Burke, left hand, no. And Burke is fouled. I think that's Bridges who whacked him.
I think 2, or is that 3 on Bridges?
If it's Bridges, it's his 3rd. It is his 3rd. You'd imagine he'll have to go to the bench. Well, make your travel plans now to catch Marquette in the 2009 Old Spice Classic in Orlando. Check out this lineup of teams. You got Alabama, Baylor, Creighton, Iona, Michigan, Xavier, and one team still yet to be announced to fill out that field. For more information on the Old Spice Classic, log on to ESPNplus.com.
That'd be a good tournament, a great trip.
Yeah, Marquette, you know they play well in those preseason tournaments. 2005, freshman year for Hayward. For Matthews, McNeil, and James. They went out to Alaska and won the Great Alaska Shootout.
They did.
Yeah. They played well in Maui over the years. Yes.
Watch the effort inside by Hardiman. Just banging the glass. That's just outworking people. That will not make Buzz Williams happy. That will put a smile on the face of Ernie Ziegler.
Hardiman working to get to this point. Began his college experience playing junior college basketball at Arkansas Fort Smith. Got everything in order and decided he wanted to try his hand at Division I. Central Michigan was interested in bringing him along, and now this is his first season playing Division I basketball, and so far so good. Hardiman starting for the Chippewas, and he's got 7 points against his hometown Marquette team. Burke's second free throw is good. His first point of the game. And a substitution. Burke will go to the bench, replaced by the senior Wesley Matthews.
So again, a smaller lineup. Kubian seeing a lot of minutes here in the first half. We'll see what Marquette can do if they try and trap. There's certainly going to be much more of a harassing defense with these smaller, quicker guys.
Acker guarding Harmon. Over to Hardiman. Jump shot a little bit short, and it's run down by Allen, but he throws it away. Acker ahead of the pack. A lot of contact inside, and they're going to say that Jarrell McNeil was out of control. Offensive foul called on McNeil. Timeout on the floor. Marquette on top of Central Michigan, 25-21.
I couldn't couldn't believe how much I was paying for health insurance before. But Mega specializes in affordable health insurance for families and for people like me who don't get health insurance where we work.
Stop struggling to figure out how you can get affordable health insurance. If you're one of 45 million Americans without it, call the number on your screen right now to get affordable health insurance with the Mega Life and Health Insurance Company.
I was struggling to find affordable health insurance for my family. What appealed to me about Mega is that I could tailor a plan that fit our needs, as well as our budget.
I'm responsible for providing health insurance for my family. I work hard, and I deserve a company that works hard for me. Mega, they save me time and money. They got the coverage I needed at the price I could afford.
Mega has been America's solution for affordable health insurance for over 20 years. To get a plan that's tailored to fit your needs, call the number on the screen right now.
Do what we did. Call today.
Chris, great success every year with fantasy football. What's the secret?
You know what, guys? That is an excellent question. That is why I'm deferring that to my experts.
No comment.
I make all the calls. These guys, they're just the eye candy.
Check out the all-new season of Fantasy Huddle, hosted by Herbie Tiopi, Chris Goff, and Dave Nielsen.
Experience the joy of a BMW with our best offers of the year.
0.9% financing up to 60 months until December 31st at Concourse Motors.
Well, there's been a lot to cheer about for Marquette Golden Eagle fans so far this year. They average 89 points a game. That's 6th best in the country. Is this the style that Buzz Williams wants to play for the entire season?
I think because of the personnel that he has. You have to play to the personnel you have, and he's trying, I think, to keep things as simple as they were from Tom Crean's days. You could change the entire style of play with basically the same team. I don't think he can do. I think if he had his druthers, he's going to have much more of an inside presence than he has this year.
We talked to him before the game, and he was worried about his depth. You need to play with a decent amount of guys if you're going to run up and down the floor that much.
Especially in the Big East.
Numbers still good for Central Michigan, shooting at 50%. Marquette at 40%. And again, the local kid, Hardiman, with a left hand, layup is good. He's now got 9 points.
You know what I've really noticed Central Michigan doing a great job at? Central Michigan is getting back. No matter what happens on the offensive end, they are headed back the other way.
Wesley Matthews is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
Marquette very, very tough. They recognize the changeover from defense to offense very well.
That foul call on Hardiman, his first. How do you explain Wesley Matthews this season averaging 22 points a game? He's making a living at the free throw line. He's currently first in the entire country, averaging over 9 free throws made a game.
Well, first of all, there really is no dominant low post guy, so it gives a guy at 6'6" like Matthews more of an opportunity to score around the basket where he's going to draw fouls. And he worked very hard in the offseason on his game. He's really improved.
And he's shooting well at the free throw line and capitalizing on those attempts, shooting 86% at the stripe. He's now got a half dozen points.
I'll tell you, I know there are people up here, I hear the call-ins that are mad that Tom Crean left. Let me tell you something. They owe a huge debt of gratitude. And I guess a huge compliment to Tom Crean is that they're mad that he left. And Buzz Williams is going to do a great job. Tom Crean built this program, did a wonderful job here.
Rebuilt this program.
He did. Rebuilt. That's a great way to put it. There'll only be one Al McGuire. But Tom Crean did a tremendous job during his time in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Shot is missed. Offensive rebound run down by Weary. Harmon can't catch it in. Kellerman fighting for the loose ball. And it goes out of bounds over to Marquette. Difficult game right now for Kellerman. He's got to mind his P's and Q's.
Absolutely. And you just notice that long shot kicked off the rim and went out the other side. And Kellerman was so afraid to get too physical going after it that it bounced into the bench.
Kellerman leading the team with 16 points a game. He has not attempted a shot so far today.
I think if you'd have told Ernie Ziegler at practice today, Kellerman won't have a shot with 6:21 left, and he'd been on the bench, he would have been absolutely terrified what the score might be. And they're right in the ballgame.
Central Michigan, 2 wins, 3 losses on the year. Marquette 5-1. Jimmy Butler gets right to the rack, puts it in. And Central Michigan, they've seen enough, they called timeout. Ernie Ziegler trying to stop this mini break that has the Golden Eagles up by 6. Tonight's Big East Network game is being produced and distributed by ESPN Regional Television, Inc. For more information, log on to ESPNplus.com. Now Central Michigan coming off a season where they went 14-7 last year, including an 8-8 record in the MAC West. That's the second season under Ernie Ziegler. Ernie Ziegler took over a program that really was down in the dumps. About 3 or 4 years ago, they just had no chance.
And the arrow is pointing up. They've gotten better each year. I think they're going to be good this year. You know, losing the big guy inside to knee injury really hurt them, but he has really put the program back on solid footing.
When people see an Ernie Ziegler team, what does he want them to walk away knowing they just saw?
That they play with unbelievable intensity. Man, does he get after it in practice. He was getting after his guys today, and they've responded. They've come out ready to play.
And have you watched enough of Buzz Williams to know what he wants?
He
wants to take away from his club?
I asked him that question. It's funny you asked that. I asked him that question. question the last time I was here a week ago. I said, what would you like people to say about your team? He said, defense. I want us to score, but I want guys to know that we defend big time.
And a steal right there for Butler. Harmon saves the dunk. Butler will go to the free throw line.
Excellent defense. There's the trap. Get up in the passing lane. There's the steal. And there's the foul. That's Marquette to a T.
Butler will shoot a pair. Burke is going to come back into the game. He has played sporadically at best so far. Started the game, but he's had just 3 minutes of playing time. He replaces Lazar Hayward. I think we may see this all season long. Marquette, they just dominate the free throw shooting statistics. They've been at the free throw line 14 times now to just 2.
The big question will be, though, Eric, in the Big East against the Connecticuts and the Pittsburghs, the real physical teams, can they get themselves to the line in those situations, or will it be the other way around?
First shot of the day by Kellerman, way off the mark. That's a rarity. He is a fantastic long-range shooter.
Bravo.
Before the move, they're going to say that Butler shuffled his shoes. Turnover gives it back over to Central Michigan.
Kellerman.
Burke is going back to the bench. He is getting about one trip up and down the floor each time before he's yanked and put down to the bench.
Like a yo-yo. In, out. Kellerman has got to just relax, be careful because he's got the 2 fouls. But unless the shot is there, I thought he rushed that last shot. He saw a sliver of daylight. I have a shot. I'm putting it up.
Central Michigan in the middle of a road swing. On Saturday, they played in Chicago against the University of Illinois Chicago Flames. Lost that game. Harmon's shot is off the mark. They'll finish off this road swing with a game on Saturday against Cal State Fullerton. And before the shot, a foul against Wesley Matthews. Trying to set a string, and he picks up his second personal.
I thought that was a good call by Curtis Shaw. Curtis Shaw was right on top of that play. That was the last shot Harmon took. Not a good shot. No offensive movement. Just pull up and see if I can knock down a 3 on my own. Last couple possessions have not been good for the Chippewas.
Wesley Matthews back to the bench. 5 on the floor now for Marquette. Kubian, James, McNeil, Hayward, and Butler. Hardiman takes his time inside and banks it home off the window. He's got 11 now.
That was a man's basket.
Wow. Open look for the sniper. Kubian can't hit it. Foul underneath. It's been a tightly officiated game.
It has, especially on the backboards. Rebounding fouls have been plentiful.
And while foul call on Jeremy Allen, his first, and McNeil will shoot a pair. You're a big high school guy. You saw Jarrell McNeil play in high school at Hillcrest in Chicago's South Suburbs. You ever think he'd be the type of player he is right now as a senior?
No, I'd be lying to you. I thought he was a good player, good athlete. Did I think he would be a guy that people are talking about on some All-American teams? No. He has really worked hard, has really become an excellent college basketball player.
That may be Tom Crean's legacy here at Marquette. He found 2 kids out of the south suburbs of Chicago who weren't very highly recruited, but turned out to be pretty darn good.
Well, McNeil, really good. Dwayne Wade, off the charts good. Took him to a Final Four.
That last free throw, no good. There's a lane violation, so take it off the board. 8-point lead for the Golden Eagles.
Harmon's going to be tired after being harassed by Dominique James and Acker all night long.
Score is 32-25. So it is a 7-point lead for Central Michigan, and another travel. We've seen a bunch of those. Jeremy Allen called for the violation.
It's too much one-on-one dribbling the basketball and trying to make a play on your own.
Real small lineup on the floor right now for Marquette. Both their point guards in, Acker and James, and a foul inside. Jimmy Butler, he's been aggressive so far. He'll be rewarded with a couple of free throws when we come back. Central Michigan trails by 7.
We all know the importance of exercise, but recognize the harm it may cause joints. So ThermoSpa's designed the Aquasizer, the deepest hot tub in the world with a powerful current that allows you to jog, walk, row, and follow a series of exercises to tone virtually every muscle in your body, all within a low-impact water environment where you control the water pressure and temperature. The Aquasizer is also an elegant 7-person hot tub, designed to be installed either indoors or out. Now, can you think of a better way to end your workout than with a full body massage? I can. To learn more about ThermoSpa's complete line of hot tubs, exercise spas, and swim spas, call for your free DVD and catalog. Call today, and we'll include a gift coupon for free delivery and installation. ThermoSpas offers many features found on no other hot tub. Why? Because it's not just a hot tub, it's a ThermoSpas.
Wisconsin is home to 1,900 Time Warner Cable employees. They voted Time Warner Cable a best place to work 2 years in a row, in part due to Time Warner Cable's commitment to making a difference in Wisconsin and in the 205 communities we serve. Time Warner Cable's economic investment in the state and support for hundreds of Wisconsin organizations each year help make our communities stronger and healthier. We do it because Wisconsin is our home, and we truly care about our great state.
Time Warner Cable is good for Wisconsin.
Rumor has it there's a magic box that saves you time and money. So when you're out and you need bread and milk and bananas, you go to the magic box, and there they are, fresh from the bakery, the dairy, and the farm. And you keep a little extra money for yourself. Well, welcome to Quick Trip.
Stock up on bananas, onions, and potatoes for just 39 cents a pound. Always at Quick Trip.
We're making it fresh.
Welcome back, everyone, to Milwaukee, Wisconsin with David Kaplan. I'm Eric Collins. This is the first game played all season long where Marquette coming off a loss. They lost on Saturday against Dayton. How do you think the effort is so far tonight?
I think the effort's been good. They came out a little flat defensively. They really weren't as good fundamentally as we normally see them. But I think now they're getting a little bounce in their step, and I think they're ready to go.
And we had a chance to talk to Buzz Williams before the game began, and he said he didn't know how the guys would play, but he knows that they've practiced exceedingly well over the last couple of days.
Right, he was very excited how they practiced yesterday, and as we were talking about earlier, they had a full-scale practice this afternoon.
You were trying to lead him into a question saying, you know, it's sometimes losing early in the season is not a bad thing, right? He wasn't going there at all.
No, he said it depends on what type of team you have. He said if you have a veteran team, he doesn't really believe that a loss will wake a veteran team up. He said maybe young players, it may wake them up. If you have a bunch of freshmen, they go, whoa, didn't know how hard you had to compete. But he goes, when you've got 4 seniors like he's got on this team that make up so much of his scoring, he said my guys didn't need a loss to be reminded how hard you have to work.
Steal of the inbound. James can't get it to fall, and a missed opportunity right there for Marquette. And I think maybe the grading a little bit hard. Marquette a week ago today, they were ranked 15th in the ESPN USA Today poll. One loss, they drop all the way out of the top 25. They're now 26. They're in the also receiving votes category.
Yeah, that's rough on the grading.
And it was Dayton, too, on a neutral floor. It was hardly a gimme game.
Right, the Sears Center down in suburban Chicago.
Jump shot, Kellerman, a little bit shy, and a foul going for the board. It's going to go against Marquette.
I think it's McNeil, or are they getting Hayward? Hayward.
Lazar Hayward with the personal foul, his second.
Stand in front.
Well, there are a lot of rebounding fouls tonight.
Kellerman's picked up 2 himself. He's got the ball, now gets it up high. This is Harmon with the basketball. Kellerman trying to get something going inside. Double team over to Harmon, looking for his first points. A little bit short, rebound Butler.
Harmon's struggling with his shot. He's a guy that the extra foot looks like it's effective here.
Acker hesitates, gets inside, and has that thrown out. I think Marcus Vann may have blocked that with his elbow.
Well, he knocked that like a ping pong ball back into the crowd.
Marquette will keep the basketball. Under 3 minutes to play, first half. Back into the game, Brandon Ford. He's played a couple of minutes here in the first half. Junior from Petrolia, Ontario, Canada, replaces Marcus Vann. On the inbounds pass, a travel on Jarrell McNeil.
We are seeing some sloppy play tonight. I really don't think Marquette's played very well here, and they still have a 9-point lead.
Element still scoreless. Blocked from behind, McNeil, good hands, loose ball. It's a jump ball, it'll stay with Central Michigan. Central Michigan and Marquette, they do have one common opponent so far this year. Ernie Ziegler's team losing on the road against Chicago State. The Cougars took it to them. Marquette blew the doors off Chicago State earlier this year, winning by 29. Look at that. Chippewas, most of their scoring comes from just 2 guys. They need to get Kellerman involved, you'd think.
That was a pretty decent look, just a little long with the shot.
McNeil's pass gets it inside to Burke. And a whistle, what do we have?
I think 3 seconds.
Scored a turnover, ball goes back over to the Chippewas.
I mean, we are seeing choppy play after choppy play.
Marquette now with 8 turnovers, Central Michigan with 10.
Marquette with a little bit of pressure here.
Kellerman now in the scoring column, his first 2.
Once they beat the trap, they came right down, took the ball to the rim to score. You know, some teams get over half court, they go, oh, whew, we got over, we beat the press. You be aggressive through the press.
Acker and James playing keep away up high. Bounce pass. Last touch by Marquette. Turnover number 9 for the Golden Eagles.
They're usually a team with the senior leadership that takes care of the basketball. They just have not had any rhythm and flow to their offense. When they really look good, they get their points off of steals and in transition.
Shot clock down to 10. Off balance jumper, no good. Rebound, McNeil. Good hustle. Harmon looking for that steal, can't get it. It'll stay with Marquette. Well, coming up at the half, don't go anywhere. Cap and I will break down the top Big East guards. I'd imagine we're going to see someone from Marquette on that list.
Probably.
We'll also talk about some of the best guards in the entire country. Plus, we'll have scores on a busy Tuesday night around the Big East. And, of course, we'll have first half stats and highlights in case you missed anything. Can you give me a sneak preview? Who's
going to have to tune in at halftime?
Big East. What a start to the season so far.
What a league. I mean, can you imagine coaching in the league?
Terrifying.
It's a 24-hour-a-day heartburn. Well, let's see. I played this game on Thursday, and I got UConn on Saturday. It's just crazy.
Kubian can't hit the three. Here comes the Chippewas on the run out. Careless pass, and they're not going to be able to cash in. Here, he just has to run it down. Shot clock is off. 20 seconds remaining, first half. William Eddy into the game. Tries to hand the basketball off, but before he can, he's called for a 5-second violation.
You know who's given a great effort this half? David Kubian. He really has played hard every second he's been on the floor.
So the unforced turnover gives the ball back over to Marquette, and Buzz Williams, using this as a teaching opportunity, calls timeout. You might as well. You can't take him to the locker room with you. And now he's going to set something up, knowing he's got 16 ticks to work with.
And I think Ernie Ziegler wanted his guys to run the clock down and walk in no worse than 7 down. Then you can regroup and come out and see where you go in the second half. Maybe you hit a shot at the end, but instead, real solid defense by Kubian caused the 5-second call.
Now, Cap Marquette in a bit of a funk right now. Their last field goal came at the 6-minute mark. 6:03 remaining. We're now down to 15.9 seconds remaining, so it's been close to 6 minutes without a field goal. They have had some free throws, but no field goals.
Is this the only bald game in college basketball tonight where we have 2 coaches with no hair? I fit right in.
McNeil's going to have to hoist. Fires it up from the wing, and he hits it. The senior gets his prayer answered. He's got 6 first-half points, and Marquette, they can go to the locker room with some pep to their step.
Take a look at this last shot. This is just an effort play. Just a little fall away. Defender falls down, and he knocks it down. Big-time play by a big-time player.
So, through the first 20 minutes of play, Dominic James, we talked about him in the Star Watch. He's got 5 points, been a good distributor with 4 assists. And Jeremy Allen's got 10. He and Jacoby Hardiman both in double digits for the Chippewas. All right, when we come back, we'll talk Big East basketball. We're going to take you around some of the finest backcourt players in the entire conference. We'll have that when we come back. Marquette on top of Central Michigan by a score of 36-27, getting ready to start the second half. 3 other games around the Big East being played tonight. Notre Dame all over South Dakota, winning by 26. Seton Hall, big lead over Monmouth, and I think that's still called a Big 5 game, right? Philadelphia, whenever Villanova takes on Pennsylvania.
I believe that is.
Yeah, Villanova, Pennsylvania, LaSalle, St. Joe's, and Temple, Big 5, right?
The Big 5.
Yeah. And in that one, oh man, Villanova doubling their pleasure, 48-24 over Penn. Look at the numbers here for the top scorers. The Chippewas riding the Milwaukee native, Jacoby Hardiman, 11 points on 5 of 7 shooting. Jeremy Allen also in double digits. For Marquette off the bench, Jimmy Butler, 7 first-half points off the bench. That's 2 more points than the entire bench scored in an entire game on Saturday against Dayton.
Correct, and as we were talking earlier, 48-5, and it with the 5 points came in the last 2 possessions of the game when they lost by 14.
James 5 on the floor for Marquette to start the game. Oh my! Dominic James, that's this guy.
How about that? 5'10", that should be illegal to get up that high.
Emphatic. Woo! What a way to get started here in the second half. Kellerman can't answer with a 3. Offensive rebound, Hardiman. You into it now, Cap?
I'm ready to go, baby.
And Hardiman continues to impress.
How about this kid?
Hardiman averaging 8 points a game. He's got 13 points just getting started here in the second half.
Timeout, Marquette. I don't think Buzz is happy.
All right, we're going to get a chance to look at this one more time. How about this for an alley-oop? Dominic James, hello!
We all know the importance of exercise, but recognize the harm it may cause joints. So ThermoSpa's designed the Aquasizer, the deepest hot tub in the world with a powerful current that allows you to jog, walk, row, and follow a series of exercises to tone virtually every muscle in your body, all within a low-impact water environment where you control the water pressure and temperature. The Aquasizer is also an elegant 7-person hot tub, designed to be installed either indoors or out. Now, can you think of a better way to end your workout than with a full body massage? I can. To learn more about ThermoSpa's complete line of hot tubs, exercise spas, and swim spas, call for your free DVD and catalog. Call today, and we'll include a gift coupon for free delivery and installation. ThermoSpas offers many features found on no other hot tub. Why? Because it's not just a hot tub. It's a thermospas.
Chris, great success every year with fantasy football. What's the secret?
You know what, guys? That is an excellent question. That is why I'm deferring that to my experts. No comment.
I make all the calls. These guys, they're just the eye candy.
Check out the all-new season of Fantasy Huddle, hosted by Herbie T. Opie, Chris Goff, and Dave Nielsen.
Looking for something faster? Try Roadrunner high-speed online service from Time Warner Cable. It's up to 4 times faster than standard DSL and leaves dial-up in the dust.
Up by 9, and Cap, I need you to explain it. What did we just see?
Well, watch, he's going to swing the ball here, and I think really nobody's paying attention to the little guy. They're worried about post defense, and then the little guy takes off, and what a pass from McNeil. All he has to do is catch and flush. But at 5'10", look where he is. That's just ridiculous.
They've always whispered that Dominic James has got a 40-inch vertical, and you always raise your eyebrows and say, come on. I think I believe it.
That was a big-time play. What a weapon to have in a coach's arsenal where you can use him as an alley-oop guy.
David Kubian into the game here, and McNeil loses the handle. First turnover of the second half for Buzz Williams' team.
Danger time for Central Michigan. Down 9. They have got to get a good possession and get a basket.
How can they get Kellerman more involved? He took just 4 shots in the first half.
You're going to have to dive the ball down to the post and force Marquette to guard the low post one-on-one and see if he can make a basket.
All right, they get it into Kellerman. He spins around for the double team and puts it in off the window.
There you go.
Looks pretty easy.
And the double came, but it was late. He split the double and wheeled to the basket.
Good, strong drive. McNeil, he's starting to heat up. 8 points for the senior from Chicago.
I go right back into Kellerman again. Because if they're going to double, someone's going to be open. Kick the ball out and see if you can get somebody like Harmon an open look.
Maybe a little bit too much dribbling. Harmon called with a palming of the basketball.
So watch the inside play. Here comes the pass inside. Now there goes the double, but the double's coming late. See, James is too late getting down there. Don't let him make his move and then get there. Get down there and prevent him from making a move.
Whistle, count the bucket, and the foul.
Are you kidding me?
Dominic James, just a different player here in the second half.
This is strong inside. He and Harmon are banging, and that's just elevating and finishing.
Buzz Williams made it clear that he thinks that Dominic James is playing fantastic basketball right now. The numbers may not be what we've seen in years past, but Buzz Williams wanted it known that he thinks his point guard is playing fantastic.
Because and I said to him before the game, he and I have developed this rapport. I see him so many games. He comes over and says hello, and I said, I think you're playing better than I've seen. He said, you know what, I'm not worried about scoring anymore. All I'm worried about is getting everybody else involved. That's what a leader does.
We talked about turnovers all day long for both sides, but don't lump Dominic James in that category. He has 4 assists, no turnovers for the senior point guard. Foul called on David Kubian. That's his first. What do you think Ernie Ziegler was talking about in that locker room?
Taking care of the basketball. You cannot turn it over.
Jump shot, Allen. Off the mark, missed everything.
So you go up and down in the same area, shoulders over your toes. He did not do a good job there. He was fading as he took the shot.
And the parade to the free throw line continues. Lazar Hayward's going to get a chance to shoot 2, fouled by Adrian Hunter.
See, it's hard to get guys to understand that when you take a bad shot, not only is it tough to make the shot, but a team like Marquette, they're gone the other way, and it leads to them getting opportunities around the rim.
How good was Lazar Hayward's prep school team? He's getting Buffalo, but played a PG year at Notre Dame Prep. In Massachusetts, his teammates with Paul Harris, now at Syracuse.
Who's a big-time player.
Two pretty strong guys.
It's like they have to block those 2 guys off the boards.
Offensive rebound. Look at the desire. Wesley Matthews chased for the 3-point play.
Central Michigan is in huge trouble. Starting to get worn down now. This is just an effort play. That's just an effort play. Doesn't get boxed out. Marcus Vann does not do a good job keeping him off the glass, and he finishes it.
Well, I think Ernie Ziegler, sensing that this game is slipping away, he calls timeout, trying to regroup the Chippewas, make sure they can stay in this game. Golf fans and club pros, registration for the 2009 ESPN National Golf Challenge is already underway for courses and teams in the gross, net, and the new 55 and older senior division. For more information, log on to ESPNGolf.com. I have a sobering stat for you if you're a Central Michigan fan. 4 players now with 3 fouls. Bridges, Hardiman, Hunter, and Vann.
They're in very dire straits right now. Just looking up another famous alum from Central Michigan, Jeff Bridges.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And the actor. And the author of the book Marley and Me, which is a movie coming out.
Okay.
is a Central Michigan grad as well.
You have been doing your homework. Matthews continues to be money at the free throw line. This is now a 9-0 run for Marquette in the last 70 seconds. Almost a steal. They're going to have to hurry to get this across the timeline. They're really going to have to hurry. And they just do beat it. Allen picks up his dribble, gets it over to Kellerman.
Look how much farther out on the court Marquette has extended their defense. I mean, they're really making it rough on Central Michigan.
And the Chippewas really haven't even had a chance to start the offense. Still 8 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Shot is missed, but a foul underneath going for the rebound.
I think Jarrell McNeil.
Good call. It is on McNeil, his second.
A 16-point lead now for Marquette. They have imposed their will. They are now controlling tempo. They are forcing Central Michigan to just react to where defenders are instead of being proactive in executing their offense.
Kellerman with the miss. Rebound cleared by McNeil. Always looking to run. Pass stolen away. Good anticipation by Jacoby Hardiman. Hunter continues to be ice cold.
Not a good shot. Pull up on the break. Not a good shot.
And Allen called for the foul in transition. His second.
It's just very hard to get guys to understand that, yeah, it's long odds you're going to make the jumper, but it's great odds that they're going to do something easy at the other end of it.
Jeremy Allen's going to go to the bench along with Chris Kellerman. Robbie Harmon back in the game to run the point for the Chippewas, wearing number 20. Also into the game, number 5, Lawrence Bridges, the freshman from Detroit. This is Jimmy Butler with the basketball. Working against Bridges. No whistle. And the ball is going to stay with Marquette. Not sure about that one. Acker will trigger the inbound. And Matthews back to the free throw line. He'll go.
Nice job by Marquette. Good aggressive play. Get the ball in and take it right back to the basket.
That foul called on Hardiman. We believe it's his 4th. We may have to check it out. The public address announcer just said that it was his 3rd. I think Ernie Ziegler may think it's his 4th. He's going to bring him out.
Scoreboard has it with 3.
All right, Hardiman's going to the bench. We'll figure this one out. They can ill afford to lose him for any significant period of time. He has been their main scoring threat all evening long. Lead swells to 18 for the Golden Eagles. Harmon crosses the timeline. Kubian on it. To no one in particular, a turnover. 15:47 remaining. Ernie Ziegler's team just trying to gasp for some air, trying to stay with the Golden Eagles of Marquette.
I couldn't believe how much I was paying for health insurance before, but Mega specializes in affordable health insurance for families and for people like me who don't get health insurance where we work.
Stop struggling to figure out how you can get affordable health insurance. If you're one of 45 million Americans without it, call the number on your screen right now to get affordable health insurance with the Mega Life and Health Insurance Company.
I was struggling to find affordable health insurance for my family. What appealed to me about Mega is that I could tailor a plan that fit our needs, as well as our budget.
I'm responsible for providing health insurance for my family. I work hard, and I deserve a company that works hard for me. Mega, they save me time and money. They got the coverage I needed at a price I could afford.
Mega has been America's solution for affordable health insurance for over 20 years. To get a plan that's tailored to fit your needs, call the number on the screen right now.
Do what we did. Call today.
Looking for something faster? Try Roadrunner high-speed online service from Time Warner Cable. It's up to 4 times faster than standard DSL and leaves dial-up in the dust.
The round table is technically not a contact sport, but we can mix it up pretty good at times.
As you're going Why not? They're not going to That's why I wants to go and cry in a corner. His arrogance continues to show, and he thinks that he is the franchise, not the Packers. I feel a lot more confident with Brett the Rinse Favre show. But that's completely unrealistic.
Watch the round table premiering weeknights at 5:30 on Time Warner Cable Sports 32.
Marquette, an 18-point lead over Central Michigan. Cap, you gave them a grade of a B in the first half. They're playing like they're looking for an A here in the second half.
They're getting closer. They've really done a nice job. What a great play. That started the second half onslaught, and then they've attacked the rim, and I thought their defensive intensity has been much, much better. There's a big-time play by Dominique James. Hoop in the harm. They've crashed the glass, but their defensive intensity has really shut down Central Michigan.
Look at the numbers here in the second half. Talk about Central Michigan being shut down. Just 2 of 8 from the field as opposed to 4 of 5 on field goals for Marquette and 5 of 6 from the free throw line for the Golden Eagles.
Central Michigan's going to have to muck it up a little bit, play a little clutch and grab, get physical. They need to get George the Animal Steele, their famous alum, back out there, and maybe bring in Jimmy Superfly Snuka, get a little bit more physical.
Central Michigan located Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Kellerman misses the shot, and a foul on the rebound. It's going to be called against Dwight Burke. In case you've never been to Mount Pleasant, Michigan, about 61 miles north of Lansing. The Chippewa River runs right through the middle of the city.
I coached in the Mid-American Conference in Northern Illinois, and I had the privilege of watching Kenny Battle get 6 dunks, 2 over the top of Dan Marley. Wow. And Ron Harper was in the league at the same time. You talk about 3 tremendous basketball players.
Who was the best college player of those 3? Marley, Harper, or Kenny Battle?
Harper. Kenny was the best athlete, but Harper was the best player.
And Harper had the best NBA career.
I don't know about that.
He's got the most rings. He leached on there with Michael Jordan for a couple of years.
Dan Marley was pretty special.
Harper may have actually globbed onto one of the Lakers, too, at the end of the season. He did. Shot clock down at 5. They're going to have to just fire one up. Weary. Prayer not answered. Burke with the rebound.
So Marquette's just really forcing Central Michigan into some tough shots, not letting him get any kind of execution.
Shot missed from distance by Wesley Matthews. Quick shot for him. In the lane, maybe Adrian Hunter is going to tune it up right now. His first bucket of the day. They call him microwave, Adrian Hunter. Maybe that's wishful thinking. They need him to heat up quickly. Oh, no foul call as Weary goes diving into Acker.
Matthews has got a pretty good seal inside.
Foul called against Dwight Burke, the big fella out of control. And we're going to come the other way. Foul number 3 now on the senior Burke. Here at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Central Michigan playing against Marquette for the first time ever in men's basketball with David Kaplan. I'm Eric Collins. First half closely contested. Marquette leading basically the entire way. But in the second half, it's been a different ball game. Buzz Williams' team has really come out playing solid defensively and offensively. They've tightened things up as well. This game is important to Marquette because their last time out, they lost in a game against the Dayton Flyers. Buzz Williams trying to get his team back, feeling good about himself.
Look where this defense is. I mean, they are absolutely getting after Central Michigan and just making it so tough to do anything offensively, and it's going to end up, being in one of those jailbreak type situations.
Well, fortunate break for the Chippewas. Harmon gets the ball back and beats Kellerman. Every bucket right now for Central Michigan is an ordeal, and a foul inside going for the basketball is going to be called against Lazar Hayward. Push going for the rebound.
Again, they're going to extend their defense, but James and McNeil and Kubian are really so disruptive right now out on the perimeter.
A few people follow basketball in the Big East more closely than you do. Your thoughts so far through the first month of college basketball season in the Big East? Do you really see Connecticut and Pittsburgh that much better than everyone else in the league? They're ranked 2 and 3 in both polls.
Boy. They're going to take their lumps just because the league does that to you. You're going to lose games just because every night you've got your hands full in that conference. But I do think they're the 2 best teams. I'll tell you the team that at the start of the year I liked, and they've not disappointed me yet, is Syracuse. Johnny Flynn is a phenomenal player. You mentioned Paul Harris. It's just a really talented program, and I think they're playing with a chip on their shoulder from not going to the tournament.
Robbie Harmon, his first bucket is a 3. Junior from Traverse City in the scoring column. McNeil has it blocked from behind by Marcus Vann, and a whistle and a foul called against the Chippewa.
I'm a big Jim Boeheim fan. I don't think many guys teach zone defense like he does. To some people, zone is a lazy man's defense. Not at Syracuse. Man, do they get after it. They're just very tough to play when they're playing well in that zone.
And another foul. They're just adding up right now for Central Michigan. That's their 7th team foul here in the second half.
Central Michigan is so tired because they have to work so hard offensively to get anything going that it's killing them at the defensive end now. They're just, I think, exhausted.
So McNeil will have a 1-on-1 opportunity. McNeil is 78% free thrower. This is his final go around as a collegian. What were the whispers about him? I know he was thinking about trying the NBA game, decided not to. What's the thinking with him? What is he trying to work on individually?
He's got to get stronger, and he's got to be an absolute lights-out shooter. When he's on, he's outstanding, but there are times when he's not on that you look, you go, where do you play him in the NBA? He can defend, he can handle, but he's got to continue to improve that jump shot.
Of the big 3 seniors, McNeil, Matthews, and McNeil, who do you think's got the best chance to continue playing at the highest level next year?
When I watched Wesley Matthews a couple weeks ago, and he had 25 or 26 points, I thought he was the most improved player I've seen. I think he has the most upside. But Dominic James continues to improve as a ball handler. He's going to play for somebody as a lead guard because he can cut all the athletic ability you'll ever need.
Hunter a little bit short. Kellerman the rebound. Strong move for the senior. Kellerman, show me something.
He's battling. He really is. But See, again, Marquette gives up the basket, but look how quick the ball's underneath the rim at the other end. Central Michigan just doesn't get back quick enough. And it creates another scoring opportunity at the line, which you brought up earlier, how many free throws they shoot and how many they make.
Matthews a perfect 5 for 5 at the free throw line. Now 6 for 6. No one in the entire country, we're talking over 300 teams, Division I basketball, no one makes more free throws than that man. Good number 23. Averaging over 9 free throws made a game. And this is senior season. He's now made 7 out of 7. There's a skill to that.
There is. I mean, look at how many guys can't do it. People think it's free throws. You should make those. A lot of guys can't do it.
Jeremy Allen gets it over to his point guard, Robbie Harmon. Kellerman, catch and shoot. He can hit that shot. Averaged 2.5 3-pointers made last year. Oh, Matthews wants that one back. Thought he was fouled. Nothing called. And a foul from behind. Some frustration there. They're going to get Wesley Matthews with the foul, his third.
They've had good balance in their scoring tonight, Marquette. We look up the guys that are in there now, 13, 10, 10, 7. And they've gotten the ball distributed around. They've done a nice job.
So 1-on-1 situation for Robbie Harmon. Harmon, starting point guard for Central Michigan, has a long way to go for being the best player at Central Michigan. Never come out of his high school. He's from Traverse City Central High School, also the alma mater of
Dan Marley.
Thunder Dan Marley. I really believe that Ron Harper had a better pro career than Dan Marley. Am I wrong here?
What? Well, you asked me who had a better college career.
Oh, even there, it's Ron Harper.
Yeah.
But better pro career, I think it was Ron Harper still.
Well, he had the rings for sure.
He had good starts to his career in Cleveland.
He did. You're a Cavs guy.
Yeah. Put up some big numbers out in L.A.
Until he hurt his knee, he was a primetime scorer.
Jordan stopped him. Didn't really work.
No, nobody had that one.
James keeps his dribble alive, working against Harmon. Over to McNeil. Oh! Long pass ahead of the pack to Hardiman. Oh! That's about the first shot that he should have made that he missed. On the run out, they've got numbers. 4 on 3.
The game's just getting out of control. This is not what Central Michigan wants, and it's exactly what Marquette wants. They want to run you right out of the building.
Cap last game against Dayton, Jarrell McNeil attempted 8 3-pointers, made just 1. Hasn't attempted 1 so far today. Burke with the block shot. McNeil blocked by Kellerman. Timeout on the floor. Jarrell McNeil shooting a lot of jumpers last game, making just 1 out of 8 in 3-point land. This time concentrating on going to the rack, and it's paying off. Golden Eagles up 13.
College basketball fans, welcome to Hartford, home of the 2009 Big East Women's Basketball Championship, March 6th through 10th at the XL Center. Catch all 16 Big East teams live with packages just $99 for all sessions. Tickets are on sale now, so call 860-525-4500 or log on to Ticketmaster.com.
Own a timeshare? Turn it into cash.
No more mortgage payments.
Thank you, Timeshares Only.
At Timeshares Only, you'll find properties from the biggest names in the industry. If you want to buy, sell, or rent, call now. Call Timeshares Only and get your free information kit with our insider secrets to buying, selling, and renting timeshares, plus receive a free $100 gift card.
The over $5 billion sold in the past 6 months proves now can be the best time to sell.
Call 800-490-0704. That's 800-490-0704. Call 800-490-0704 now.
Looking for something faster? Try Roadrunner high-speed online service from Time Warner Cable. It's up to 4 times faster than standard DSL and leaves dial-up in the dust.
The holidays are a special time. A time for enjoying the simple things, like coming home, spending time together, and honoring family traditions. Another holiday tradition is Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Since 1955, our family-owned company has provided hard-working Midwestern families with quality goods at honest, low prices. From our family to yours, happy holidays.
The Marquette Golden Eagles have ratcheted up the intensity here in the second half, and I'll lead the Chippewas of Central Michigan by 13. Cap, take me inside the play.
Well, watch how they extend their defense. Now look at the shot clock. They are going to get this thing run down to 15 seconds. They'll have used 20 seconds of the shot clock before they even start to think about running a play. You're down to 15. You're down to 13. They haven't even hit the lane yet at 11. They finally get there, and it leads to a block shot, and it leads to Marquette going the other way. I think Central Michigan is giving a game effort, but I just think they're exhausted.
So the beat continues. Marquette, they'll go back to the free throw line. These will be free throws number 28 and 29 for the Golden Eagles. Central Michigan, they've attempted 4 free throws. with that free throw, Marquette has now made 8 times as many free throws as Central Michigan. They've made 24. Central Michigan's made 3. Big difference. Huge.
You know, and somebody who just looks at the stats goes, wow, the officials really had it in for... That's not the case. Marquette has been so aggressive going to the rim.
Yeah, Marquette's, for the most part, they're not going to be the biggest team on the floor whenever they play. Harmon's second 3 of the second half. But what they do is they get inside because of the desire and because of their players are able to fill in those cracks.
Correct, and then in transition, they have one thing in mind. They don't get it into the front court, set up, they go to score. Good shot by Harmon. Squared up, really had a good look at it.
Another difference when you take a look at the score sheet. Marquette, they've only taken 5 3-pointers. Central Michigan, on the other hand, they're taking 18 3-pointers. That's a big difference. Big fella Brandon Ford, 6'11" Canadian in the game now, wearing number 13 for Central Michigan.
See, when you run that pick and pop, you like to have a big guy like Kellerman who can step out and take that shot, because it's going to be there. Nice defense by Dwight Burke. Nice
travel
job.
called Brandon Ford. Turnover number 14 for Central Michigan.
Dwight Burke did such a nice job at helping out and then recovering to his guy, and it led to the travel. Real good job, Dwight Burke.
Lawrence Bridges back into the game for Central Michigan, replacing Brandon Ford. Kubian, pass intercepted by Bridges.
CMU hanging around, down 11.
McNeil, almost the steal, loose ball. Who wants it? Oh, what a great save. And it results in 2 for Central Michigan.
Yeah, that's
Jeremy Allen, the recipient.
That's the second time in the last, 90 seconds we've seen kind of a jailbreak, and Central's been able to get a bucket out of it.
McNeil gets an easy 2 back. 14 points now for McNeil. Harmon being pestered by Acker. Working off the screen from Bridges. Harmon off the backboard. Call that one. 8 second half points now. Make it 10 second half points now for Harmon. Matthews back to the line. He'll go. And 1. He's fouled.
Hoop and the arm. You can hear that through our headsets over here. The slap on the arm. Take a look at the jump stop. Very good fundamentals. Kubian. There's the catch, jump stop, finish, hoop in the arm.
Matthews with 15 points, looking to make it 16. He currently leads the Big East, 22 points a night. How surprised would you be come March, end of the season, he's still leading the Big East in scoring?
I'd be surprised, and that's not a shot at him, but I just look at some of these guys that run through the league, Sam Youngs at Pitt, some of these other guys. Well, you're talking about a league of studs, but he's a good player.
I think Johnny Flynn from Syracuse could be a guy that could be the scoring champion. He's always a point guard, but he likes to hoist. He's given the freedom to hoist, and they play that fast game at Syracuse. Harmon, little heat check there, comes up a little bit too strong. All right, chance to catch our breath. 2 teams that are going after it right now. Count how many bodies are on the floor. There's 2. There's another 3. There's another one. Results in a bucket for the Chippewas.
You're up.
Nah, you go ahead.
All right.
Impressive. Where'd you learn that? Some fancy golf school? Hey, how'd you learn to do that? What are you, taking lessons? Come on, what's your secret? You got your own pro?
Yep, got a bunch of them.
The key to better golf is the best instruction, and Golf Digest is the only place you can learn from the game's hottest pros. Ernie Els, Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods. Call today, and for just $14.97, you'll get 12 issues of Golf Digest with easy-to-follow techniques, equipment reviews, pocket tips, and much more. Subscribe now, and you'll get this DVD free. Renowned instructor Jim McLean demonstrates practice plans that will help improve your game.
What do you mean you got a bunch of them?
Here, order your own.
Call now and order Golf Digest, 800-543-6200. That's 800-543-6200.
Time Warner Cable's Wisconsin On Demand, Channel 1111, is a great way to learn about Wisconsin's people, places, and happenings. Wisconsin On Demand is all local all the time, with programs featuring premier tourist destinations, restaurant reviews, children's programming, and unique community events. And best of all, you can watch on demand and pause, fast forward, or rewind with one touch of your remote control. It's your state on your schedule. Only Wisconsin On Demand, Channel 1111.
At U.S. Bank, we support athletics, the arts, and anyone with a dream. Support that's not just about money. It's about investing our time and our care to make the most of the places we call home. That's the power of U.S. Bank. 5-star service guaranteed.
61-49. Cap, you're a former coach. This has got to put a smile on your face. Look at all this hustle.
Oh, you love the effort. There's 2 guys on the deck. There's 4 guys, 5 guys. There's 6 guys. There's 7, 8. 8 guys hit the deck. Now, how about that?
I'm looking at that, Captain. To me, I'm saying the moral of the story is the one guy who didn't hit the deck scores the bucket.
Yeah.
I'm never going to dive for a ball again. I can get 2.
Everyone else goes, what are you doing standing up, dude? We were on the floor fighting.
Well, Central Michigan started this game shooting very well, 7 of 11. Since then, not so much. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they currently trail by 12 against Marquette. Still plenty of time. Just underneath the 8-minute mark.
Asking me if I thought Wesley Matthews will lead the conference in scoring in March. Well, I'm looking at a name that jumps right out at me that I think will win the scoring title. Luke Herring.
Yeah, I think we missed that one. Jump shot good for Acker from distance. His first 3 points of the game.
You got Herringody. You got Dar Tucker at DePaul. Sam Young at Pitt. Johnny Flynn, your guy at Syracuse. There's some primetime scores.
You know what? When I watch Herringody play,
Hazel at Seton Hall.
I watch Herringody play, and people give me these comparisons. I'm not buying it. I see Elton Brand when I see Herringody play.
That's a great comparison.
The same wide shoulders, kind of not much of a neck. The guy doesn't look as athletic as he really is. Mid-range game. I see Elton Brand.
I was talking to a college coach from a Division I school, and he said they saw Herringody. No one was on him, and they thought, well, we can steal this guy. Did he think he'd be as good as he is? No, but he thought he'd be a good player. And then he said he went to some jamboree shootout type deal, and the kid got 30-some points. And he went, see you later.
And a lot of people don't talk about it, but one thing Notre Dame has got going for it, as Hayward gets a different shot.
His teammates said to me a couple weeks ago, I talked to 3 guys. I said, who's the best shooter on the team? Lazar Hayward. They say he's the best 3-point shooter on the team.
Off to a bit of a slow start so far this year from behind the arc. That's just his 6th 3-pointer made. He's now 6 of 20 on the year. Finishing off that thought about Herringody and Notre Dame, what people don't talk about, as you take a look at it, Notre Dame has produced players who may be better pro players than college players for the last 10 years. Think of the pro careers of guys like Troy Murphy, Cat Garrity, Chris Quinn still in the league, Matt Carroll making a decent time in the league. Those are all guys that most people wouldn't have said would have that long careers from the NBA, yet they are. All right, let's get back to this game.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's a great program, Notre Dame.
Tonight's Big East Network game is being produced and distributed by ESPN Regional Television, Inc. For more information, log on to ESPNplus.com. That foul called on Wesley Matthews is 4th. And with those 4 fouls, Buzz Williams has no choice except for take him out. He'll bring back in David Kubian. Matthews with 16 points. That's 6 below his average on the year. Missed opportunity there for Harmon. James. He thought he was fouled.
He's looking for the 3-point opportunity, but I mean, he finishes inside like a post play.
13 points now for the senior from Richmond, Indiana. He was beaten out for Mr. Basketball in Indiana by Luke Zeller. Right. I think you can make the case that James has had a significantly better college career. Inside, Hardiman continues to be this hard-working guy on this floor. He's got 15 points. What a homecoming for him.
And they did correct the free throws, I believe. He's got 3.
Extra pass, Hayward, the beneficiary. He's got 12. The big 4. Hayward, Matthews, McNeil, and James all in double figures, just like Buzz Williams needs. Ball poked away. Hayward again gets down to the ground court. Acker on the run out.
He can't do what Dominique James can do. Dominique James finishes at the rim.
Harmon from distance. Hop, skip, and a jump. Did they call him for it?
Foul.
He was fouled. And so James will go to the free throw line.
Marcus Van.
And that'll do it for Van. Marcus Van. Now look at that Van go to the bench. He has just fouled out.
Nice.
5 fouls.
All night to use that.
First game of the season for Van, coming off a suspension for the first 5 games. He scores 4 points, 5 rebounds, and the 5 fouls. Well, Marquette fans, make your travel plans now to catch the Golden Eagles in the 2009 Old Spice Classic in Orlando. Check out this lineup of teams. We talked about it in the first half. Alabama, the Baylor Bears, the Creighton Blue Jays, Iona, the Gales, Michigan, Xavier, and another team yet to be determined.
Greatest player in Iona history.
Jeff Rulin. Maybe Steve Burt. He was pretty good as well.
Very good.
For more information on the Old Spice Classic, log on to ESPNplus.com.
Steve Burt. How do you spell Burt?
2 T's. B-U-R-T-T.
Very good.
Early 80s. He could score it. May have led the nation in scoring.
Greatest player in Texas Southern history. They were here last home game for Marquette.
Oh, Machine Gun Kelly? Harry Machine Gun Kelly?
But he's not the greatest. He led the country in scoring. Not the greatest athlete to ever come out of that.
Michael Strahan.
Very good. I think you get that.
In case you're wondering about the Old Spike Classic this year, Gonzaga's at winning it. Mark Hughes' team.
He's done an unbelievable job.
No longer an underdog. You're not talking about Gonzaga being an underdog. They're the 5th ranked team in the country.
A few years ago, they were the cute, cuddly underdog in the tournament. No, they're a legit power.
Hands down, Marquette's got some athletes. Hands down, in my opinion, the most fun player to watch in the country. You don't get a chance to see him a lot, but he plays on Gonzaga.
Pargo?
Jeremy Pargo.
And from?
Chicago. South side of Chicago. Pargo will just surprise you. Coming down to the break, and next thing you know, he's practically biting onto that rim. Yeah. He's got incredible hops. Incredible.
I'd like to see a one-on-one match, he and Dominique James. Woof. Full court one-on-one.
Be fun to see. Who's the best small man leaper you've ever seen in the college game?
That I've ever seen. Wow. Got to think about that one. Jeremy Pargo would be in that discussion. So would Dominique James. Spud Webb.
That's the best. That's the beauty of basketball. Then you get a guy you don't expect, and he gets up and climbs that elevator. James has the ball, working on Harmon.
There was a guy that played here by the name of...
Before the shot, a foul called on Dwight Burke.
The guy that played here, they called the elevator man, Rick Cobb.
For when he played, Chris Jackson back in the late 80s, now Mahmoud Abdul-Rose, he played at LSU. Big-time leaper as well. Didn't dunk the basketball a ton, but he could get up.
He could, but he was much more of a three-point perimeter type shooter.
But as a collegiate, he also would get out and run the floor a little bit and finish with authority.
Kellerman knocks down a turnaround jump shot from 15 feet.
12 points now for Kellerman, and a quick timeout called by Ernie Ziegler. 4:12 remaining in this game. Marquette up by 17.
See, this is a teaching moment for Coach Ziegler and his club, too. Because they're going to go into a league. The Mid-American Conference is a really outstanding league. He says, hey, guys, we're playing a great team. Marquette's a top 25 basketball. They don't care if they're 26 in the ranking. But when they get into the MAC, nights like this will make them that much better.
For Marquette, what is Buzz Williams working at? He's been in the program 2 years now. He's an assistant last year with Tom Crean. The roster really hasn't changed. You lost Guzman Barrow, serviceable big man in the pivot. But for the most part, Buzz Williams has the same players that Tom Crean has. How is he going to make this team a better team than they were last year?
It's going to be a tough task in the Big East. They don't have great depth inside. They are 4 perimeter stars. They do not have a guy that you say, well, he can go down and match up with Thabit down at UConn or DeJuan Blair at Pitt. I mean, it's going to be a real tough road to hoe. I think they're a good basketball team. But playing in this league, wow. They've got to upgrade their roster in terms of depth.
Kubian, shot no, rebound Hayward, easy 2 for the junior forward. Yeah, only 8 players have gotten in the game so far today for Marquette. One guy who has been playing at the beginning of the season, who hasn't got off the bench, is Patrick Hazel. Not exactly sure why he hasn't gotten any playing time today, averaging 4.5 points, 3.5 boards. But he has been anchored to bench so far for the first 35 minutes plus.
Great rebound, stick back.
Jeremy Allen with 14 points. Now, there is some size that's going to eventually be available as Hayward has that one spin out. Eventually is going to be available for Buzz Williams. Joseph Fultz is hurt. Got a name he's going to be eventually able to play probably sometime at the end of December. And Chris Otule, 6'10" center. They're expecting to get healthy in the next couple of weeks as well. Dominique James will go to the free throw line when we come back. Under 3 minutes to play. The Marquette Golden Eagles just doing a little bit of everything a little bit better here in the second half against Central Michigan.
We all know the importance of exercise, but recognize the harm it may cause joints. So ThermoSpa's designed the Aquasizer, the deepest hot tub in the world with a powerful current that allows you to jog, walk, row, and follow a series of exercises to tone virtually every muscle in your body, all within a low-impact water environment where you control the water pressure and temperature. The Aquasizer is also an elegant 7-person hot tub, designed to be installed either indoors or out. Now, can you think of a better way to end your workout than with a full body massage? I can. To learn more about ThermoSpa's complete line of hot tubs, exercise spas, and swim spas, call for your free DVD and catalog. Call today, and we'll include a gift coupon for free delivery and installation. ThermoSpas offers many features found on no other hot tub. Why? Because it's not just a hot tub. It's a ThermoSpas.
Hey, fellas, how you guys doing?
Good.
Hey, kid. Catch.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Driver. Hey, Mr. Driver?
Yeah?
Can we have your helmet and your jersey, too?
Why not get all the best from one source? Time Warner Cable can give you digital TV, home phone, and Roadrunner online service for a single low monthly bill.
What?
If pain has taken you out of the game, talk to the Aurora Sports Medicine Institute. From rehabbing injuries to improving running performance, nobody takes better care of pro athletes to weekend warriors than we do. To run faster, kick farther, shoot harder, drive longer, see us. Not sure what's causing the pain? Call the Aurora Sports Medicine hotline to schedule a free injury evaluation. Don't give up the sport. Give up the pain. The Aurora Sports Medicine Institute. Finding better ways.
Under 3 minutes to play. Marquette up comfortably with David Kaplan out, Merrick Collins. Marquette just getting tooled up and ready to go. We got a big one coming in 5 days. I guess it'll be 4 days. On Saturday, they take on Wisconsin. Big game in these parts.
Right. It's one of those proverbial throw out the records when these two teams meet. Wisconsin just coming off a dramatic buzzer-beating win over Virginia Tech last night in the ACC Big Ten shootout, which is showdown, which they
challenge, maybe?
The challenge. They have never won that, the Big Ten, but they get the first blood. They beat Virginia Tech. That'll be a good one.
A couple of good ones, at least good tests for Marquette in the coming weeks. A game on December 16th against Tennessee.
Bruce Pearl's got a good team.
And then a game against NC State.
Another good team with Sidney Lowe at the helm.
And then they got December 19th, they got Western Carolina. Western Carolina, in case you're wondering, their nickname.
Don't tell me. The Catamounts?
Very good. And I want to say their best player, probably historically, would be Theodore Blue Edwards.
The House of Blueville, yeah. He played for the Jazz, didn't he?
Long-time Jazz, 6'5". Leaper. Very big leaper. Terrence Stansberry style leaper.
Beauty of Google, that's what I was just trying to find.
Blue Edwards?
Blue Edwards was big time.
2:40 remaining in this one. Central Michigan about to lose their 4th game of the year. Harmon comes up short. Marquette about to pick up their 6th win of the year. Marquette looking to go 6-1. And get the good feelings back after losing on Saturday against Dayton.
But that's a good Dayton team. Brian Gregory's got a good club that are going to be very, very tough in the A-10.
When you see Buzz Williams and his teams play, what kind of influence do you see? He's coached under a lot of big names.
Well, he has a mentor who comes up here once or twice a month and watches the team, and he's basically Buzz's own coach, Lewis Orr. Not the Lewis Orr who played that you're thinking of. He's at Bowling Green. This is a former junior college coach who's now in his 70s, who Buzz said, that's my mentor. He said, there's one guy that rides with me to my TV show and goes with me to get my hair cut, and all he does is tell me, I don't like the way the team did this. You need to do better at this. That's his guy. He said he walked in the gym at the junior college when he was 18 years old and said, by the way, you can see what you're shooting into down there. Pictures of Prince Charles, Ashley Olsen, they got them all. Very creative. But then he walked in at age 18, wasn't a great player, and said, I'd like to be a coach. And he said 3 hours later, the coach was lecturing him for 3 hours. They talked basketball. He said, are you prepared to pay the price? And now, several years later, he's coming to help Buzz with his team at Marquette.
Still a little bit of fight left here in the Chippewas. Jeremy Allen, the layup and the foul opportunity. And Lazar Hayward has just fouled out with 5. Bernie Ziegler has to be happy with his team, at least continuing to play for the first 38 minutes.
They have not showed any sign of quit. They were a little bit outmanned against a pretty talented team in Marquette's gym. Marquette's tough in this building, and they're just so athletic and so quick. I thought their defensive intensity, that 7-8 minute stretch when they kind of took command of the game, they were forcing you out on the floor so far. It was very tough to get back then defensively after you worked so hard to try and get an offensive possession.
Cap, I want to ask you about Lazar Hayward. He's just fouled out, 14 points, 8 rebounds. Buzz Williams right now. I realize they have a big win. They're up 15 points, but with a team that's fairly thin in terms of the amount of healthy bodies and quality bodies that they have on their team, is it a big deal when Hayward fouls out? Or is this just something that happens in the game of basketball?
I think that's what he'll say. He may break down a couple of fouls and say, here's how I prefer you play that next time. But I don't think he's concerned that he fouled out. It was an 18, 20-point game at times. Sometimes you do things you may not do in a tighter game.
Good lead. Butler can't finish. Pretty pass from Jerome McNeil. These are the guys you talked about in your Star Watch, Cap, and you were dead on. 17 points for Allen, 15 for Dominique James with 5 assists.
Yeah, the big four for Marquette has really had a great game tonight. They've really stepped up. They've scored. They've been unselfish. And when they had to crank up the intensity, they did that as well. What is Wesley Matthews at the line now?
8 for 8. I'm off. 9 for 9 now. On the season now, Matthews, 66 for 7-5. 89% for free throws.
Unbelievable. And he'll finish, it looks like, tonight, Matthews with 18 points, so a little below his average.
He's staying in. McNeil's going to go to the bench. Matthews is still out there. Chance to pad the stats with $1.56 remaining.
Oh, I saw him headed to the bench. I thought he was done.
This Harmon kid is giving full effort the entire game.
He's had his hands full against his perimeter.
I'll tell you what. Hardiman has earned a game ball. Kid from Bradley Tech here in Milwaukee has had a chance to play in front of family and friends and has really had a quality game. 18 points. A couple of more for Central Michigan, and Ernie Ziegler calls it timeout. He still thinks his team has a chance, and they do. It's only a 12-point game, Cap.
And they're still fighting. And Mike Roberts, the official, said to Buzz Williams, enough. I don't want to hear anymore. That's just a great hustle play, and give credit to Central Michigan, showing no sign of quit. Marquette, 18 turnovers tonight. That is something that will not please Buzz Williams.
Central Michigan, they average 64 points a game, 249th in the country. They're right at that average, 55 points, one more. Marquette, they average 89 points a game, 6th best in the country. They're only at 77 points. So just taking their averages, and I realize, you know, it's a game and things happen, whatever. Marquette has not been as prolific offensively as they normally are. Central Michigan has been about par for the course.
Correct. Marquette, I thought, slowed the pace of the game down when they really stepped up their defense, and that is probably why they're just a bit off offensively. They put a lot of focus into their defense. Buzz is ticked. Buzz is not a happy camper right now.
This isn't Buzz Williams' first go around as a head coach. He has coaching experience with the Privateers of the University of New Orleans. One season there 2 years ago. Decided to leave that post to come and be the top assistant under Marquette last year. Kind of an interesting move, but it paid off. Now the head coach of the Big East program.
Wow! Emphatic! That woke everybody up in the building.
Under a minute to play. Chippewa's running out of time. Harmon's got to get a shot off. Hardiman goes one-on-one and gets stripped. Stolen away by Kubian. 4-on-2. And a travel violation.
Watch this. I mean, this is just being on top of the play and finishing. Those are rare when you get those come right to you. You did a nice job to finish and flush that.
Robert Frozina checks into the game, number 45, walk-on from Sherwood, Wisconsin.
And you know what? He doesn't see a lot of minutes. He was a big-time high school player. He had very good numbers in high school. But it's a big step up from high school to play here.
He's got the ball here.
Crowd wants him to score.
And he is pushed. That means he's going to have a chance to go to the free throw line and shoot a pair.
He is the people's choice.
I have never seen him shoot a free throw, but I think he's going to make 2 out of 2. I just got a good feeling. The people clapping for him right here.
Come on, Robert, knock him down.
Getting quiet in here for him. With that stroke, he's going to make 2.
I told you, he was a good player in high school.
He won't even hit the rim on this one, my friend.
3-year letter winner in basketball at St. Mary Central High School, 7th on the school's all-time scoring list with 1,226 points. Honorable mention All-State as a senior. That guy's not just any old walk-on. He can play.
And Hardiman's going to get a chance to get a couple more points before we walk out of here.
There he is, as our producer Peter Rudman calls him, the Z-Train.
His first 2 points of the season. This is his 5th game that he's been able to get into.
Good for him. You go to practice every day. You work just as hard as everybody else. You're just as important. You just don't play a ton in all the games, and he got a chance and he scored today.
Well, you talked about Frozina being honorable mention All-State. Man at the free throw line right now. Jacoby Hardiman was first team All-City right here in Milwaukee, getting a chance to come back, and what a day he has had. Hardiman, 2 points, he's going to finish. That's a career high for the junior from right here in Milwaukee. That's going to do it. Put this one in the victory column for Buzz Williams and the Marquette Golden Eagles. They flush out that loss against Dayton on Saturday and pick up their 6th win. They are now 6-1 on the year. Central Michigan, they fall to 2-4. Cap, final thoughts on what you just saw?
I thought you saw the better team won. I think Central with a game effort. Marquette has got to step up, though, their interior play. Got to get better inside.
All right, that's going to do it. Sure hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Again, our Final Four. Marquette, they win going away 81-67. For David Kaplan and our entire ESPN Plus crew, I'm Eric Collins. For more information on ESPN Plus, log on to ESPNplus.com. The proceeding has been an exclusive presentation of the Big East Conference and ESPN Regional Television. So long, everybody.